Hey everybody, Shane here, Shoebox Legends. Thanks for joining me today for an outdoor buyback rummage. Have a rare day off from work today. Sun is shining, it's beautiful out, so I figured we would take the little box of significant star buybacks out here to the back patio, accompanied by this Dwight Evans buyback that I scored on eBay recently for just a couple bucks. His first solo card, with his rookie card being a multiplayer 73. And that one there being a 74, so that'll be a strong contender, a fan favorite here in New England for my buyback Franken set. And as we usually do, we're just gonna rummage for about 10 minutes and see what we pull out of the box. And we start off with an amazing card here. I remember buying this one on ComC years back. This is the 58 Topps Joe Adcock. How about that? Freestyling here, so I may get this wrong, but I want to say maybe the most hits of any player in the 50s. But regardless, really awesome card here. I love that this was clearly taped into somebody's binder at some point and then lost kind of material off the front of the card on each corner as it was removed, but still survived despite that. And then just to think that this card in particular made the buyback program and was reissued by Topps all the way in 2015. In a pack of 2015 Topps baseball cards. That is just too cool. Love the wear and tear on this card, number 325. And again, yeah, strong contender there to make the Franken set. Now it's a little breezy out here today, so I'm taking a small amount of risk placing these up on the stands here. We'll see how this goes. It's not like that Adcock could really get much more damage than it already is. That's the beauty of buybacks. Next up, how about Tommy John? On the 68 burlap design. Very notable name, as much for his pitching prowess as for the surgery that is now named after him. But a great card there. Love the burlap design. That's from the 2014 Topps buyback program. You can tell by that vintage 75th logo there. So pretty cool Tommy John. Some nice names to start off the rummage today, even if it's not necessarily anybody who's enshrined. But that changes with this card. 1970 Jim Cott. How about that with the Twins? Great Heritage box topper buyback. This would have been a box topper in 2019 Topps Heritage. Great Jim Cott card there. Love the classic fielding pose. I'm not sure I can identify where that photograph was taken. Card number 75 there in contention for the Franken set. All right, let's keep moving on here. See if we can pull any other Hall of Famers in this rummage today. Oh, nice league leaders card here. We have back-to-back 1970 Topps cards. And in this case, we have the AL home run leaders from 1969. Harmon Killebrew up top, Frank Howard, and Reggie Jackson. Now, this is a pet peeve of mine. I can't stand when Topps and now Fanatics puts the stamp right over a player's face or a significant portion of the card, although I suppose if they were going to do that in this case, they chose the one non-Hall of Famer to obscure. But this one would have been better if they just put the stamp right in the middle here and let us see Frank Howard's face. But either way, can't complain about this glorious card featuring Reggie, the straw that stirs the drink, and Harmon Killebrew. That one looks great out here in the sunshine. The little buyback box is definitely coming through here with some amazing stuff. Here's a player that I've talked about a few times before, and a really fun copy of his buyback at that. This is Rick Wise. Oh, we got a bird in the rose bush behind us here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but might be coming to use that bird bath. Rick Wise I love because of a game that he pitched in 1971, where he pitched a perfect game, or not a perfect game, I'm sorry, a no-hitter. And during that no-hitter, he clubbed not one, but 2 home runs. That's pretty incredible. I don't know if you guys can make out the bird bath in the background here, but we got a little visitor taking a morning drink. But in any event, Rick Wise, 2 home runs in that game while pitching a no-hitter. I think it's one of the single most impressive days that a pitcher ever enjoyed in the history of Major League Baseball, and I've sort of half collected Rick Wise since, just because of that. Now, what I love about this card, same reason I love the Joe Adcock that we looked at to lead off the rummage. Love when a buyback shows some signs of wear. And this one has it all going on. It looks like there's some mold here, possibly, just next to Rick's face. And then we have a clear tape mark along the top of the card. And then right here, Shout out to my buddy Mookie Chilson. We have a legit pinhole. Now, does that go actually through to the back of the card? It does indeed. You can see the back of the pinhole right here, where my fingertip is. So that's a pinhole buyback of Rick Wise. Gotta love that. All right, let's see what else we can find in here today. We're at about the 5-minute mark, so we'll go a few more minutes at least. This is a gorgeous one. Check this out. And appropriate after I just gave Mookie Chilson a shout out. How about a Gil Hodges manager card from the 1971 Topps release? Again, a heritage box topper buyback, and look at those haunting blue eyes. This is just an awesome card. Found this, I believe, on ComC, and this is one that I paid a little bit more for, but I mean, when you consider the era that this is from, the type of name that we're talking about here, this is just a winner of a buyback card. I think I may have paid about $15 to $20, somewhere in that range, to get this one. And you may think I'm crazy. Probably could have maybe potentially bought a nicer condition, just regular Gil Hodges 71 for that price, but buybacks are my thing. So I'm really, really happy. In fact, we're gonna put this one up. If I can manage without toppling everything over, we're gonna put that one up in the background as well. I think Gil deserves a couple moments in the sun, quite literally. Next up, another leaders card here. This is from the 64 release, of course, featuring Gary Peters, Juan Pizarro, and Camilo Pascual, excuse me. And in this case, they did place the stamp in a location where it didn't obscure anybody's face. So nice job by Topps with that one. This is a 2013 Topps Heritage Box Topper. And not a whole lot to say about this. I just really, really dig the leaders cards. Some nice cards coming out of the rummage today. We got a combo card next here. Dennis Menke and Tony Cloninger. Now this one is extra meaningful to me now because I have actually an upcoming video on Tony Cloninger and some things that I've learned about him. But in the meantime, this is a beautiful Atlanta Aces combo card. Check that out, from 1967 Topps. And this is a Topps original buyback from 2015. Total sucker for these combo cards. I love just the random people in the background. I think we have a lawn tractor here, just on the right border. Great, great card there. All right, let's pull at least a couple more. And another Hall of Famer here with Boston fan favorite Jim Rice on the 77 home run leaders card. Of course, George Foster paced the National League that year, and Jim Rice paced the American League. Great shot there. If we take a look at the back of this, we can kind of see what those numbers looked like. Excuse me. George Foster, far and away had the best power hitting season that year at 52 home runs, whereas Rice paced the AL and didn't even reach 40, which is kind of cool to think about. So monster year there for George Foster. I think it was his career season. And yeah, cool home run leaders card there. A lot of strong contenders. It's going to be very interesting. Oh, and there goes the 3 in the background. I did warn you about that. It's going to be very interesting to update the buyback Frankenset at the conclusion of today's video. Since we're 9 minutes in, we'll keep going without our fallen comrades there. 1960 Harry Cheedy. Not entirely sure why I picked this one up. I just love any vintage buyback that's this old. Early 60s and 50s in particular are pretty difficult. So pretty cool Kansas City Athletics card there, and looks like potentially a unibrow situation going on for Harry. It's not like Wally Moon level or anything, but it appears to be a unibrow nonetheless. And Mother Nature be damned, I'm gonna just start putting these up on the stands again here all over again. How about a Gary Bell for the Pilots? Now this was bought just because it's a Pilots buyback. Like many of you, I love the nature, the short-lived nature of that franchise. They only have cards, Topps cards anyway, in the 69 and 70 releases. So anytime I see a Seattle Pilots buyback and the price is right, I just scoop those right up. And let's put Dwight Evans back up there since he doesn't have any sleeve or any kind of protection on him. And then we're going to close out on this one today. I mean, we're hitting the 10-minute mark, and it's hard for me to imagine I would top this card right here, the 1989 Topps Nolan Ryan. Just, pure energy captured in that shot. Love the Astros team color matching on the design here, that orange border. Just a classic card. Nolan Ryan, my favorite player in my youth growing up, and his buybacks are not easy to come by. So I'm really pleased to see this one come out of the box. This is probably almost a guarantee to make the Franken set, but it is one of those numbers ending in 10, which, you know, tended to belong to star players over the years. So we'll see if Nolan Ryan makes the cut in slot number 530. But for today, as it sounds like the Wrens are joining us for the conclusion of the video, we will wrap it up there. I'm getting a strong hint here with the breeze that it's time to call it a day and bring these cards in and get them filed away. So thank you for tuning in for this buyback rummage. Really appreciate your time stopping by the channel here. Hope you enjoyed some of the cards that we pulled. And as you know, I'll be back very soon with some more sports card content. Till then, enjoy the hobby, everybody. Take care.